Okay, so now we are gonna go through the spreadsheet that I created for y'all just so that you can keep track of your expenses. I made it super simple. It calculates things for you. And this way, all you have to do is try to keep track of your items, try to keep track of your receipts and sales and things like that on a daily. It's better if you do it on a daily basis, but or on a weekly basis. But let me show you. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet that I created and how this works. So down here at the bottom of the spreadsheet is each month. Okay, so you can see each month is down here. So you could go back to the beginning of January and put this in, or you can start from where you are and just use whatever you used before. But the way this is laid out is it has a tab or a column for each single day. Okay, so every month is like this. You have every day, all right, and then a total is calculated. There is also a calculation for each day. Now, these are not something that you're going to have to do anything with. It will stay in there and stay calculated. I will lock those cells so that you can't accidentally go over it. But there is a lot of things that you can customize in here. Now, I have examples in here of which categories you could possibly have revenue from. So, of course, AdSense is YouTube. We have Etsy, a website, affiliate sales, Amazon, Shopify, Facebook. And here is your trade show and craft fairs, ebooks, video tutorials. So all of that. Okay. And then down here in the expenses, I also have suggestions. Now you can change any of these. You can change these descriptions to fit exactly what works for you. Okay, so every day we'll calculate out. You can change all of these descriptions over here. So a lot of these descriptions are just things that I use. It will calculate your total expense and your profit and loss for the day and month. So just make sure you realize there is a tab for every month. Okay. This first tab will calculate year to date. So you won't be able to change anything in here except for these categories. Now you can change these, but this is pulling right from your sheet. So it's going to pull the total, and I will show you some of that. It will pull the total from the end of the sheet. This way you can keep track of how much revenue you have for the year and how much expense you have for the year. Also, at the bottom of your sheets is miles driven. So this is a really great way to keep track of how many miles you have driven for each day. Now, I am going to have a separate sheet for you to keep up with your mileage and some suggestions for a couple apps that you could use. If you just want to enter this in weekly, daily, it doesn't really matter for the miles. It will pull to the front, and right here, we just change out the IRS rate. You will be able to change that, and then it will calculate just so you kind of know about how much you're going to be able to subtract out for mileage. Now, of course, they are making changes to taxes, so it depends on what happens at the end of the year. But I do want to show you kind of how this works. So we'll put a few of my receipts in just so you can see really how this works. Okay. So I have a receipt here from Sims Pottery, and this one is from March. So we'll go to the March tab, and this was on March 29th. So I will go over to March 29th. Right here, Oh, let's fix that. All right, I will fix this so that it will, so that you will be able to move it and you can still see the categories. Okay, so here we go. March 29th, it's in expense, so I'm going to come down here. All right, so let's see. Here we go. Materials and supplies is what I need. All right, so right here, and my total bill was $777.20. Okay, so this, oh crap. Okay, so you can see here I put in the $777.20. It pulls over here to the total. So this is the total column here. You can see. It will also pull down here to my total expense. And this right here, this whole column right here, this total is your total for the month. Okay, so I have an April expense. Let's put that in. Okay. So we are going to go down to shipping supplies, and this is from the 15th. So today, okay. And it was $125. Okay, so these are for boxes. Okay, so you see it pulls down here, it pulls across to the side. All right, now let's look at a couple of revenues. So let's look at, we'll look at Etsy, and we'll pull up maybe a day, just a day, and we'll look at Shopify and pull up a day, just to kind of give you an idea of how you can do this. All right, so you can look at here. Okay, so you can look at your stats, and I can look at yesterday. No, let's not look at yesterday. Let's look at, we'll look at a specific day, maybe the 12th. Okay, so this is how much I had on the 12th. Okay, so all you're doing is you're going to your stats. You can pick a specific day and you can pull out your revenue. Okay, so this is April 12th, and so we'll go to April 12th. We'll put in 145.97. Okay, so we got our revenue in for that day. So you could do this at the end of the week. You could do this every day. It just depends on what works better for you. Okay, so let's look at Shopify. Okay. All right, so we can look at analytics, okay, and then we can do custom. We could do just like one day there, apply. Okay, so we can pick up, we had one sale, $24.99, so that's April 2nd. Okay, so Shopify, $24.99. All right, let's look at, so you could do another day, maybe the 5th. Let's do the 8th. Apply. So that day we had 491.42. Okay, April the 8th. 21.42. Okay, so you can see how this works. Okay. There is also a place for you to put in your credit card fees. Okay. Okay. So see, there's a lot of great information you can get in these statistics in both Etsy and Shopify. It tells you a lot of things just while we're on here, just to tell you this. Okay. You can also use reports to get your information. So you could use this to just kind of make sure that you have your money correct for the month. Okay. So this kind of has how many people, what their behavior is. Finances, of course, is what you would want to look at, finance summary. So right here, okay, so if we selected, if you came in here daily and you selected like yesterday, all right. So see, you see here, it will tell you your discounts. It will tell you how much you paid in shipping. So this would be very important for you to know for putting in your sheet. Okay. So in your sheet, let's see, do we have a discount? No, so I should put discount in. So if you gave out a code that people could use, that's where that's going to show up. So you can record your discount, you can record your shipping. So let's say, let's just put it on the 8th. Was $630 and $771. Okay. There we go. So now we know, okay, we made $491, but we ended up paying these. Okay. So depending on when you ship things out of Shopify and Etsy and stuff, it may not be on the same day when you have your expense versus when you have your revenue, but that's okay because you're cash based. And so you want to record it as you are using it. Okay, so we're going to continue to go through our sheet. In the next training, I will go through kind of how things pull to the front and the charts and things like that.